Welcome to the Interactive Body Balance Radio Show for health and fitness tips.
All right, folks, here we go. Welcome back to Interactive Body Balance Radio. I'm your host, Mike Dasick, and thank you guys for joining our show from all over this world. Talk health, fitness, nutrition, and personal development. Today is November 3rd, 2021. I hope you guys are doing well. It has been a couple weeks since the last show. My apologies, but as you know, having a family, seeing lots of clients and patients, and working in the corporate world, helping many there as well. Life is busy. And to be honest, it's been hard to do these shows. It really has. And with everything that's going on and, the 14-hour work days, it's been tough. So I thought, what kind of show can we do today to help people, right? What can we do? And what are the questions I've been getting from seeing dozens of clients, right? What are the questions? Well, what are people struggling with? Well, people are struggling with, some of the usual, some of the not, right? So gut dysfunction, general fatigue, chronic fatigue, call it, brain fog, imbalances, weight gain, just overwhelmed, right? Some are experiencing, depression and anxiety and mental health concerns, and they're just worn out, right? They're beat up, they're worn out, and we're here to help. So whenever I consult with somebody, I'll say, well, you got to test, right? You got to know what's going on inside of you before you can start taking an action plan. So if it's a blood draw, right? So if you're doing a CBC count, if you're looking at the thyroid panel, if you're looking at inflammation, so inflammatory markers, we can do all that. So you look at someone's blood to see what's going on inside of them. You can look at their hormone panels, right? You can look at a Dutch panel, as I've said before. What's going on hormonally for these people? You can also look at a genetic test. We use many different types, but there's lots that can show your predisposition to, let's just say, can you have saturated fats? Are your hormones going to be a certain way? Do you have certain types of fibers in your body? Like, genetic testing matters. There's one really good one that we use, and you can email the team and I'll share it with you, but it's great. That matters too. And then, of course, stool testing, looking at the gut, right? Probably the biggest one we run is stool testing, where that can look at viruses and parasites, pathogens, eukaryotes, your good and bad bacteria, and that's where we decipher what is going on inside of you. So many tests we can run. People know me when they reach out that we try to make it economically feasible for you on the labs to look at the stuff. But folks, data matters, right? Knowing what's going on and not just guessing or trying to wish your way through to hope through it, that's not the way to go. You have to get tested. You have to learn what's going on. Numerous people reach out and I say, look, especially being here in Canada, we're in Canada, as you guys know, if your Canadian doctors can run some of these tests, go do it. We pay a lot of money into our healthcare. We're taxed a lot. We pay a lot of money into healthcare. And in Canada, you can go get some of these testings done, right? Some of this testing done. These labs, I should say, done, right? So like I said, run a full thyroid panel. If you've got a lot of issues, and one of the biggest comments I get, some of the biggest, in dialogue with people, as they say, Mike, doctor says I'm fine. Doctor says there's nothing wrong. GP says everything looks good, checks out well, but they're not. Right? Like, they have these issues, they have these symptoms, but their lab work's coming back fine. It's because they're not running the proper labs. You can run serious diagnostic testing to see what's going on. You can check for gut issues, right? Had a client with parasites on their lab where other labs said he was fine, right? Just an example, folks. I've had people say that their blood hormone panels are fine, but they run the Dutch urine test and their hormone panel is destroyed, right? Their markers are very low. They have no, progesterone or estrogen or testosterone or cortisols in the tank. You guys get the point, right? Knowing how to run these labs and what labs to run based on how clients present is critical. For us, we're always learning. We're always trying to find the latest. I spend a lot of money on apparatus, so physical machines for my testing, blood work. As I said, we just ordered 2 more stool tests for my wife and I. Those will be arriving. We're going to do those labs as well. You guys get the point. My own dime, because I know they work. In listening to many doctors this week, and when I train, I like to listen. I like to read books. This is what I do. I read medical papers. I love it. I understand a lot of people on this call don't. That's why they come here. They want the 10-minute version. They want the 10-minute version of what I've spent hours a day listening to and in school, in undergraduate school, etc., and all the programs I've taken after, my undergrad, right? So that's just a lot of, what people want. Like, for example, let's read an article, okay? And I will spell it out. But there's now research coming out of South Korea for that thing called SARS-CoV-2. Research coming out of South Korea that the bacteria, and I know because we run these labs, right? We run these gut tests. The bacteria, Bifidobacterium, I've talked about it before, right? There's so many them, but Bifidobacterium has been shown, right? Again, this is just in some studies to suppress, right, other pathogens or H. pylori, for example, and suppress SARS-CoV-2 activity. So they've looked at the labs, they've looked at people's guts, and they're like, why do people present with bigger symptoms than others? Why do some people get really sick and others don't? Well, one of the things they're finding right now is the Bifidobacterium, great quantities in the gut, great quantities in the stool can actually suppress that virus I just talked about, right? That's the data coming out. They are looking at stool samples to predict if you've had that COV thing, and if if it passed through you, they can see that in your stool now. This is what I love to study. This is what I love to learn. I didn't know about that until recently, right? Listening to papers, research. Guys, I can give you all these citations. Many doctors that are very smart have talked about it. I just, listen, learn, and pass it on to you guys. Might want to get that gut bacteria healthy. Might want to get some Bifidobacterium going in there, right? Lots, good quantities of it. That's my point. See? When you test, you know what your gut looks like. You know what you've got going on from the bacteria, good and bad. I review these daily for people, and we go through all of that. GI Maps is a lab that can run it too, that looks at all your bacteria. I love it. I love that lab, right? So there's my point, folks. Run the data, then you can figure out what's going on. I just give you one sample. I've got people with C. difficile. Oh my God, so many different illnesses, right? Like I said, and that's what we do. We find them, and then we try our best to heal them up. That's what we do. So if you're not feeling the best, if you're down, come see us, email us. We're here to help. It is backed up. It's really, and considering I don't take on many patients at all due to workload, and again, I got to stop these 14, 15-hour days because quite frankly, what's going on in this world right now is wearing down a lot of people, and I want to work with people that want to get better and have that attitude and mindset to become the best version of themselves. That's it. Okay? There we go. So the point of the show is to say, guys, girls, test yourselves. You can learn so much from the labs of what's going on, and then you can rectify it and fix it. It could be through food. It could be through supplements. It could be through whatever, right? Here's a little bonus for you guys. I always say this before, and I've talked this before. What would I do if I want to keep supporting myself? Because you guys know, if you're on my social media, I post like some of the best D3K2 subs, B12 methylation subs. I love that stuff, right? But like I said, if you're going through some stuff and you want to get better, right? What would you take? I've talked to you before. This is just bonus, right? Turmeric, curcumin, D3K2, liposomal glutathione, some arginine, some NAC, quercetin, right? Great, polyphenol, excellent. Coenzyme Q10. These are all really good supplements to get you going really good and optimal. As I said, back again, if you look at the studies on D3 and K2, primarily vitamin D and the severity of that COV word, right? People with high levels of vitamin D have less severity of that COV word, okay? Put the two and two together. Just Google vitamin D studies and COVID-19. Got it? I'm here for you guys to help you out. That's why we do. All right, the website, interactivebodybalance.com. That's where we put all this information to help you guys along. Info@MikeDasiuk.com is our email. So info@MikeDasiuk.com. Social media is Mike Dasiuk or Interactive Body Balance on Facebook. Mike Dasiuk on Instagram. Mike Dasiuk on Twitter. We put some stuff out there. It's what we like to do for you guys. Okay, that's that. Oh, the first book, Transformation from Within. It's free on that website I just told you about. I spent a lot of time writing it. I think it's an hour read. I did a short book intentionally for people. It's free. How to Restore Your Health is our second book. It's only like 140 pages as well. It's a pretty small book. You can go read that. People seem to enjoy the technicality of it. It's a few years old now, and we've learned a lot, but that's where I was at in 2016, 2017. There we go. All right, you know what I finish with every day when I talk to my kids, my angels, the world, right? Okay, number one, kids got to work hard. No substitute for hard work. You got to put in the effort, right? Number two, you have to add value to this world. You have a skill set, value, God-given abilities. You got to give it and share it to the world, folks. You guys got something inside that you need to share with the world. Please do that. Three, help other people. Go to your way to pull out chairs, open doors, make people's lives better. Donate where you can. Volunteer where you can. That's what I want to see you guys do. Number four, smile and have some fun. All right, I'm going to take Caleb out tonight. We're going to go out shopping and do some stuff. The fam's at the farm with our horse. And we're going to have some fun, right? I know I got consults tonight. It's going to be busy, but you get the point, folks. You got to have some fun. This world has been crazy the last 2 years. I don't know what else to say. Blows my mind, right? What's been going on and where we're at. And more people need fun, okay? Live with passion, live with purpose, live with intent. I hope you guys found the show helpful. I hope you like it. I do it for you guys. I always say, too, as a disclaimer, always consult your medical doctor first. I don't know most of the people on this call, but always consult them if you have any questions. I say that to my clients even when they're there. I give them a protocol and said, I've got every patient, cancer, Lyme, I got them all. But obviously they got a primary care provider. I always say work with them. I'll work with many doctors. This is what I do. It's a team. Teamwork gets it done, right? Teamwork gets it done. Team, we'll talk to you guys real soon. Have yourselves a wonderful day.